Hello, this video will be a brief evaluation of the Artho-Zoological relationships between humans and Cockatoo gallerita, or more commonly known, the Sulphur Crested Cockatoo. They are one of the most commonly encountered birds in northern, eastern and southern Australia. Not only are they seen in native Australian bushlands, but in suburban areas and often as popular exotic pets on a global scale. Living up to 40 years in the wild and over 70 years in captivity, many birds are capable of outliving their owners. They are opportunistic feeders and are very inquisitive, meaning they possess a degree of higher intelligence. Very distinguishable by the expressive yellow crest on their heads, these cockatoos have relatively advanced social groups, communication methods, and emotive behaviours when compared to other birds. However, this is a common trait of birds from Cockatooidae, or the parrot family. Multiple studies into their behaviours have shown that they can succumb to mental illness with lack of stimulation and possess the cognitive ability of object permanence, which I will explain later in this video. This video will attempt to summarise the complex relationship shared with sulphur crested cockatoos and the major environments they are seen in today, to compare the different levels of human interaction and how this affects their behaviours. In their natural environment, sulphur crested cockatoos go about their days foraging for plant seeds, socialising, building nests, wearing down their beaks and sleeping. They are busy birds in nature and are always seen at work. A group of cockatoos is called a crackle or family and can consist of up to 80 members. Sulphur crested cockatoos will often forage on the ground, leaving them vulnerable. Regardless of family size, an individual will always perch in a tree to guard and warn of any threats. Even in a completely natural environment, sulphur crested cockatoos will display inquisitive nature. Their calls have evolved specifically for penetrating dense bushlands to warn other flock members of threats or food. In suburban locations, sulphur crested cockatoos are a native species and have completely adapted to urbanisation. They had discovered that they could scavenge food off humans, decreasing the period of foraging time. They realised they could sharpen their beaks on timber beams and furniture of homes. They have learnt how to completely coexist with humans in an urban environment while still maintaining natural behaviours. Their numbers are prolific throughout Australia, and distribution is primarily in the north and east. Where population densities of cockatoos are very high, people often consider them pests based on property damage they cause. However, they cannot be killed as they are under the protection of the Australian Commonwealth Government Native Wildlife Act 1975. As pets, the welfare of sulphur crested cockatoo becomes a primary focus. They require far more attention and time than most other pets, and go into human-like states of mental illness if left alone and isolated. Frequent studies have shown that they will self-mutilate, become aggressive, and scream if left unstimulated. This result has a direct correlation with their intelligence and their natural tendencies in the wild and suburban areas, as they have access to constant stimulation. They display intelligence similar to that of the average 4-year-old and demonstrate sensory motor skills. This idea, explored by Jean Piaget during an experiment with children in 1918, looks to achieve object permanence, or knowing an object is there without actually seeing it. Sulphur crested cockatoos have been seen displaying successful comprehension of object permanence multiple times when in domestic situations and exposed to relevant studies. It can confidently be said that sulphur crested cockatoos can be domesticated. Their prevalence as pets on a global scale signifies their intelligence and behavioural appeals to humans. They possess a high degree of emotive and expressive behaviours, meaning that it is very easy to gauge their mental state. However, this can cause detriment to the bird or owner if emotions are not comprehended. To summarise, sulphur crested cockatoos are the 4th most prevalent species of bird in Australia based on a 2016 study. They have and continue to display intelligence and adaptability. In the three most common situations for these birds, they have displayed high levels of efficiency, and their behaviours provide evidence of the importance of mental stimulation in some animals. In suburban and wild situations, their dependence on humans is minimal, but their natural curiosity and ingenuity means they will exploit the opportunity to get food or just play. In a domestic situation, the owner and cockatoo have been shown to have a symbiotically dependent relationship due to the longevity of their lifespans. Owners often come to think of the cockatoos as a child, as the cockatoo thinks of the owner a family member. The future of these birds focuses on issues regarding overpopulation. They have a species status of least concern, and their ability to adapt to various environments means the population has the possibility of getting out of control and causing excessive plant predation. This presentation has only skimmed the surface of the complex anthrozoological concepts regarding the relationships of sulphur crested cockatoos and humans, but has aimed to enlighten the audience to the emotive and mental capabilities of these beautiful birds. Thank you.